Okay. So what I'm going to do is pull out all the cards first before I start talking. That way I can understand a little bit about the direction where this is headed. For some reason, I'm getting that for a lot of you, there might have been like a new relationship, some type of a commitment in your life that has happened in the past, and over time, it is. I feel as if it's becoming a little bit of a burden for you, or it's a situation where I feel almost as if a lot of concessions, a lot of sacrifice had to be made. Possibly, one person traveling and the other person is either left behind with the responsibility of upholding the relationship or the obligations, or to shoulder the burden. So it feels to me as if it can be a financial arrangement or just a relationship where you might have to take on the burden because the partner, whoever that you had an agreement with, is kind of out of the picture. Okay, so all right, so let's look at this situation. So in the past position, let's talk about that first. We do have the Lovers card. And the Lovers card is usually about partnership. It is something that is very emotionally stabilizing. And it was a very, very good experience for a lot of you. This is a situation where you could be in love. You could enter into a love relationship or even a business partnership together. And this is pretty much a situation that is very, very where two like-minded people are coming together and they're able to combine their skills, their complementarities, in order to have a harmonious union with one another. So once again, love or business, this is a situation where you are seeing eye to eye with the other person, and you're both trying to you feel stronger as a unit rather than as individuals. So this is a very positive influence overall. In the present position, that has, something that happened in the past, this partnership card has brought you to this present situation. And we do have the sun in the reverse position. And the sun in the reverse position usually indicates to me a loss of identity, okay? I do feel as well there might be, if it's a business partnership, there might be a slump in the decision-making process where you have to consult one another. You have to really suppress the ego, suppress your own sense of individuality in order to accommodate and work at this union, this partnership. And I do feel this loss of identity is what's really scaring you or the other person. And I feel that for a lot of you, you might be dealing with an air sign, okay? And air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Air signs, Aquarius and Geminis, well, Aquarius more than anything, are extremely individualistic. So I do feel in this situation, one person, and it can be, male or female, but I do feel that the business partner or the love partner that you're dealing with, they have trouble compromising. And as a result of it, I do feel that, that whole sense of losing the identity, that whole concept of fearing commitment and things like that, it is creeping into this union. And it has been really positive. So I definitely feel there's a lot of love. There's a lot of reciprocity involved in this process, but for some reason somebody is losing their sense of identity and they're viewing this partnership as a little bit of a crutch. And also overall I'm sensing that there's a lot of restriction of movement and things like that, and there are problems with getting this union off the ground. Okay, so innately it is a fear of commitment, it's the fear of the loss of identity, and it's the fear about having to make so many concessions and compromises, and you feel as if this relationship is very one-sided. So once again, it can go both ways. It can be coming from you, or it can be externalized with this potentially an air sign partner that you're dealing with. And there could also be, a fire sign in the mix too, because we do have the Page of Wands, but the Page of Wands, I'm reading it more of like an energy, where the Page of Wands is all about that sense of, sense of adventure, the sense of trying to break out of the rut and to re-inject passion or innovation into this union. So I do feel that, you're in a very stable environment, and one person might want to travel or might want to expand the business or might talk about, doing both. And you're in a comfortable position right now, so you're not really sure if you want to take it to the next level. And likewise, your partner, business or romantic partner, might not be ready just yet to make that, next leap or next step. I do feel this situation is going to correct itself because the outcome looks very positive overall, okay? What is crowning this reading here is we have the Chariot in the reverse position. And with the Chariot in the reverse, this indicates to me a sense of inner conflict. It's like the feminine and masculine side of yourself are kind of at odds with one another, or it can be that, the same concept of individuality versus compromise. So all of these things are being brought up as a theme for this month. And I do feel that if you are dealing with a fire sign or an air sign specifically, and fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, they are very free spirited. And I feel that overall, anyone can be in a relationship, but with air signs and fire signs, they need a lot more, and they're less susceptible to compromise, I guess, and also it's a little bit more difficult to get them to commit, okay? Just because, they're very expansive, whereas like water and earth signs are a little bit more readily available when it comes to commitment. So I do feel a little bit of commitment problems coming through in your partnerships. So with the Chariot in the reverse position, this is also a card about basically working like two disparate energies working together in order to push forward and advance forward with the common goals. As you can see, the two seahorses that are basically pulling the chariot, they're working at cross purposes with one another. So this is a situation where, communication, compromise, and things like that will need to happen in order for you both to move together as a unit, in order for the success to come in order for common goals and common, plans to be reached, okay? What's coming in as well is we do have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is also in the reverse position. This to me is a partnership card, and it can be business or work, and usually it is I meant business or romance. Usually it is I feel like a project or some type of a business endeavor. And once again, with the two energy, the two is all about compromise and things like that. So I do feel that the cards are all corroborating the same themes here. One person feels as if in order for this relationship to work, there has to be drastic, like very, very major overhaul in the relationship, in the ways that, it has been conducted, or in the ways in which two people have to work together in order for this union to come to fruition. So it is a little bit of a challenge, but once again, it's in the reverse position, meaning that I'm sensing that you might have jumped into this partnership, not that, it wasn't a meaningful experience, or not that it wasn't a positive thing, but it's just, through the course of working together, you're realizing that it requires a little bit more work than you anticipated, okay? Which it doesn't mean that you're going to shy away from the hard work. I do feel that you are committed. If you are dealing with a fire sign, specifically Aries, Sagittarius, and Leos, I do sense that you're doing a lot of the sacrifices. So it would be in your best interest to have some open communication. With the Queen of Swords in the reverse position, there might have been things that are left unsaid. There might have been situations where, things are a little bit unbalanced, but rather than kicking up the dust, you might just compromise just to appease your partner. So it would be in your best interest to voice your opinion and say what needs to be said, rather than holding everything in, or rather than, sweeping things under the rug and not being proactive about, voicing your opinion, okay? With the Queen of Swords in the reverse too, When I think about queens, queens don't really enter battles, okay? So usually they have their knights and their kings defending them. When it's in the reverse position, I usually think about, it's a really bad day when a queen has to step up and defend her territory. So in general, I do sense that when it shows up like this, it means that you basically don't really have a choice. You really need to speak up for what it is that you want, because this start of something very, very beautiful that came in for you in the past is in trouble right now. So, nip it in the bud and take care of it as the problems creep up. Don't sweep it under the rug. Don't be passive about this situation and, let it get out of control, because I do feel it has a lot of potential. There's a lot of positivity inherent in this union. So you want to just make the most out of it and, address problems as they creep in, okay? If you are dealing with an air sign, I do sense as well that the communication is going to be coming through. So for example, if there was a very, very favorable union that started, or at least there might have been, communication regarding, going on dates and things like that, and you're dealing with an air sign or a fire sign, and specifically if you're dealing with an air sign, I do feel there is going to be communication breakthrough that will allow the situation to take itself to the next level. But once again, we are still dealing with the Mercury retrograde energy, and Mercury won't be out of its retrograde zone until the 25th, and then you're dealing with an additional 2 weeks of shadow period. So this communication issue is going to clear itself up, and Mercury in retrograde is also a great time to resolve old issues when it comes to communication, when it comes to old projects as well. So going back and fixing these things would be, the ideal use of this energy. I do sense if it's a new relationship that just recently happened, there might be some stall communication, miscommunication, and overall this whole sense of, waiting for some communication, and waiting and waiting, and you feel as if you're getting mixed messages. So I'm going to say, and this might sound a little bit aggravating, but it is completely normal because of the energies, okay? So don't get worked up, don't think about worst case scenarios, just leave it alone for now, and go dither with something else, and it will resolve itself. I do feel that the cards surrounding it are very positive, but it will resolve itself, okay? With the sun in the center of the spread, I do sense it is innately about some sense of like a loss of identity. So if you're dealing with somebody overall who is very individualistic, very independent, and things like that, they might have a tendency of spending a lot of time with you, and then they feel like they're into it too deep with you, so they feel like they need to retract just a little bit, or they need to distance themselves just a little bit to retain their own sense of individuality before they can re-engage with you. So I'm sensing like this is a great clash here when it comes to egos as well. So make sure you keep your ego in check, and likewise, if it's something coming from your partner, maybe you should have a discussion about this, because I definitely feel a major commitment has been made, and a lot of potential, especially for a new love relationship coming through. But it's just a matter of working together rather than at cross purposes with one another. The Two of Wands is also a card about distance, okay? And I do feel this can be, talks about travel, or it can be just somebody relocating or physically traveling. So there is opportunities for you both to come together, but I do sense there might be like some kind of geographical, spatial difference between the two of you. It could also be, just mentally you might not see eye to eyes on a lot of things on a philosophical level as well. So these are things that, they're not major rifts. If two people love each other or care about each other a great deal, or if two business partners are innately compatible, then I do feel that it has a lot of potential to work out and to be very, very fruitful. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Now, in terms of the advice, we have the Ace of Coins, and the Ace of Coins is discussion, talks, and things like that about a new revenue stream. Okay, so the Ace of Coins in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it is a gift from God for a new income generating potential or to build something that is worth building upon. So if it's a relationship, the advice here is telling you, be very patient with it. It is definitely something that is meant for you, and it is definitely worth building upon. For those of you who are waiting for new job opportunities, I do feel that you are going to hear back from them, from whoever it is. If it's an offer for a partnership position, for example, I do feel that it is going to come in for you because the outcome looks very, very positive. External to you is the Six of Coins, and the Six of Coins is a card about giving. This is about sharing. This is about giving and generosity. In this case, I do feel that, if it's a love relationship, it is very innately balanced, and I do sense that I'm not getting a lot of cups energy, so I feel that, it's a gratifying relationship where two people like to take care of one another. And they feel as if, just exchanging gifts between people, exchanging verbally, mentally, whatever it is enough. But I feel that the emotional depth, the emotions within this union is really not apparent. So I hope that makes sense. I'm just sensing as if you're dealing with someone who might operate on an intellectual level, and because of it, you feel as if the relationship is lacking in emotional depth. But I do feel that, they just show affection differently, and they're doers rather than talkers. So you're going to see this generosity play out in this partnership. And both sides are willing to work hard at it, and there's like exchange of small trinkets and gifts and things like that, which makes it a very physically gratifying union. But the emotional depth, which is something that you want, which is something that a lot of Piscean people are in need of, is somehow lacking here. So that might be something that you need to address your business partner or your relationship partner, okay? In terms of the hopes and fears, we have the moon, and the moon is in the reverse position. So you're fearing as if somebody is, not telling you the truth. You're fearing that there might be lies and deception here, okay? Because the queen is also showing up in the reverse position. And this is about truths, and with the moon, it indicates confusion. But I do feel the period of the end to this confusion is coming very, very close. So I do sense Mercury in retrograde is also a time when a lot of secrets come out. So Pisces, I feel that you are going to be protected nevertheless, okay? So let the situation play out. And honestly, within any type of a relationship, I do feel that this relationship is positive, and it's built on reciprocity. So give it some more time and give it another chance, all right? In terms of the outcome here, we do have the Three of Swords in the reverse position, which is basically the end to separation, the end to the emotional rift, and the end to the pains. So whatever situation that you're undergoing right now, it's going to resolve itself very, very nicely, so you don't have to worry about it. We also have the Ten of Coins, which is, the culmination of and this is financial, material abundance. This is about freedom from financial worries. This is achieving things beyond your wildest dreams on the material and on the financial front, okay? So you have very positive cards here that indicates to me some money, possibly a new job, money coming through that is going to put you in a place of financial abundance. So if there has been a rift in the relationship or a business partnership as a result of financial dealings, this situation is going to correct itself. If there has been, imbalances in the give and take within the relationship, it is going to also correct itself, okay? And at the same time, I do feel that For a lot of you too, we have a new start here. The Fool indicates to me the beginning of a brand new journey. It is very, very exciting, and we don't know what's in store here, but I definitely feel that you have a very good foundation here, which would indicate to me that you're going to be fine no matter what. So divine protection is coming through. Now, for a lot of you who might be looking for new job opportunities, I definitely feel a new, very, very lucrative job is going to come through for you. A lot of you might be traveling or might have to relocate for this job. Do it. It is very, very fruitful. So a lot of you might be in a very stable partnership. There might have been like some kind of contract signed, and then there's a new job coming through for you, and you're trying to find a way to possibly break the contract. And as a result of it, you're very, very concerned about how you're going to be able to do this without potentially telling your current work partners or even, supervisors that, oh, I'm actually leaving you for another job that pays me better. So you don't know how to do that. What I'm going to say is honesty is going to be your best friend, okay? Because it is Mercury in retrograde. If you tell a lie during Mercury in retrograde, there are just higher probabilities of the lie being found out. So just be careful about that. And overall, we're all adults here, and I feel that, you don't want, I understand that you might not want to burn your bridges, but your employers will actually understand because we have the benevolence card, in the external environment. So people will be very understanding for whatever you have to say, they will understand. I definitely feel as well I'm sensing that for a lot of you, there might be, just proposals, commitment, job contracts, overall, proposals in love, in work, coming from overseas. So it's sort of telling me as well that internationally you're being called to relocate, to move. So a lot of big major transitions are happening for you. And I do feel that it is going to take you to a place of not only financial abundance, but just traveling light, feeling very, very good about your life, and starting that new journey in your life where that sense of anticipation, that sense of drama and abundance is going to come through for you. So it is a very, very exciting time right now to be a Pisces. So I'm very happy for you. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm sensing here. So I do feel, you're waiting on this new opportunity, and it is going to come through for you. There might be, just delay, a few days delay of getting the news, but I feel that it is going to come in very, very soon, and you are going to get, land that perfect job that you're looking for. So a lot of you might have to relocate, and you're kind of potentially thinking about leaving the family behind, but at the last minute there might be opportunities like vouchers, sponsorship, etc., for you to bring your significant other on board as well, or to have your significant other relocate with you. But either way, I feel like a new sense of adventure, a new outlook in life, a new lease in life and love is coming through for you for the rest of this month. So it looks really, really favorable for you. I do wish you all the best, Pisces. Enjoy this, opportunity for newness, all right? If you'd like a private reading, please contact me at temperatestar@gmail.com.